Before she was Eve, she was Eve Jihan Jeffers from Philly, a girl who will become the first Lady of Ruff Ryders and transform into one of hip-hop's most influential voices. And in her memoir, Who's That Girl?, Eve doesn't just tell us about her rise to fame. She actually drops some serious marketing gems that I think anyone and everyone needs to pay attention to. So let's get into it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Now let's get back to the video. First lesson from the book is that sometimes your day job is funding your dream job. I know that social media has made it look like, everybody should be entrepreneurs, you shouldn't have a 9-to-5. But in her book, Eve was very clear that she knew that she wanted to be a rapper at a very young age, but she also knew she didn't have the money. So she did what she had to do, which is go and work as a stripper in the Bronx and saving every money that she had in there to fund her studio time. But it was at the same club as well that she met Maze, who was already a rapper out there, who had a talk with her and said, you need to be doing something different than what you're doing now. You need to be a rapper. And seeing somebody living the dream that she actually wanted made her never go back, to the strip club.
Now, let's be very clear. I've talked about this many times about going into the stripping world. It was 2 months and I was the laziest stripper around. I would literally say, look, I could give you a lap dance, but I'm better at rapping. One night, Mace came walking in. I didn't even know who he was. He's asking my name. I'm like giving up fake names or whatever. And he's like, no, I know you're not supposed to be here. He's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I rap. And he's like, let me hear you rap. And he did. And he was like, yeah. He's like, if that's what you're trying to do, you shouldn't be here.
But before that, she had saved the money that she had. So here's the marketing lesson here. Eve understood the power of investing in yourself before asking others to invest in you or your business. She didn't wait for a record label to fund her demo. She funded it herself. So coming back to marketing, you need to invest in your marketing. You need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself before you even ask others to invest in you. Look at those, business shows. Whenever somebody comes in to pitch a product, notice the ones that they pick up. They always pick up the one who has already made some numbers. They had already invested some of their money and they're already in marketing and they're already making some sales. Those are the ones that people like to invest more in. So I said all of that to say, make sure that you're always investing in your marketing. Okay, that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is your authenticity is your biggest differentiator. Every time that you think of how do I stand out, look within. There's something that you have in you that you can do better than most people. There's something that you can do with your eyes closed. There's something that you have a strength in. Look within that and use that, lean on it more to stand out in your marketing. So when every other female rapper was trying to be the next Lil Kim or the next Foxy Brown, Eve chose a different path. She tried to stand out. You could see from the way her hair was styled. You could see from her paw prints on her chest, which later became her signature. She stood out. And in her book, she explains it wasn't just about standing out as well. It was about owning who she was. She was a tomboy who could hang out with the guys but still embrace her femininity. And she made sure that she showed that. You could see Eve like she was the tomboy, but she was pretty. Sometimes she would show her feminine side. And you could just tell when you see Eve, you know exactly what she represents. So that's lesson number 2. Lesson number 3 is cross-pollination is marketing gold. I've made a video on this channel about why Afrobeats and, hip-hop had to merge. Because cross-pollination is marketing gold. If you want to get to another audience, you have to cross-pollinate. You have to go and do features and everything so that you can grab that market as well. So when Eve collaborated with Gwen Stefani on Let Me Blow Your Mind, she wasn't just making music. She was expanding her market. The song, won a Grammy, but more importantly, it opened more doors to new audiences. And in her book, she reveals that even after that song, she broke into many things. Like she had her own TV show, she had the fashion line, and then she had a broader platform than ever when she broke into, mainstream pop culture. So that's lesson number 3. Lesson number 4 is your personal brand should evolve, but never ever compromise it. So here's what I mean. In her book, Eve writes about how she transitioned from pitbull in a skirt to a global lifestyle brand. So she knew who she was. She wasn't going to abandon her hip-hop roots. She built on them. So from a rapper to an actress to fashion designer to talk show host, each move was an expansion, not a reinvention.
We are so excited to tell you that the newest host of The Talk is Eve.
So she wasn't trying to change herself to be something totally different. It was still Eve, but she was just evolving. Now, the final lesson from Eve's book might be the most important one, which is success leaves clues. So she writes about studying the business moves of Queen Latifah, who showed her that being a rapper is just the beginning. I don't know about you, but I like reading memoirs. I like reading, people that I look up to. If they write a book, I'm going to read it just to see, what are the things that they're talking about? What are the gems that they're saying? Just like this book that I'm making a video out of currently. What are the things, what are the patterns? What are the things that they're saying? Success always leaves clues. So today, what we learned from everything in this, masterclass of Eve's marketing is 1, find your unique angle. 2, fund your marketing, invest in your marketing. 3, build authentic connections. Number 4, cross-market strategically. And number 5, evolve without losing your core or losing your core audience. And there's something that I've learned with all of this is that sometimes the best marketing lessons come from those who never claimed to be marketers at all. Once again, thank you for watching, and thank you all to the commenters and the subscribers.